The flight sim, a rather unique genre of game that has enabled generations of aviation enthusiasts to soar through the clouds from the comfort of their own home without having to undertake the years of training required to become a proper pilot. Now, while the eyeballs of Xbox and PC gamers get to feast on the magnificently tasty eye candy offered by Microsoft Flight Simulator, us Switch gamers have to settle for something a little less delectable. Easy Flight Sim has just released on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and it's published by one of my favourite asset flippers of all time, Pix Arts. Today I thought I'd drop a cheeky little review of the game, see how it compares to Microsoft Flight Sim, and of course answer that all important question, is this another Pix Arts asset flip? So Easy Flight Sim, oh shit, wrong footage, hold on. There we go. So Easy Flight Sim is, as expected, a flight simulation game, which allows players to take to the skies in a selection of 4 masterfully crafted aircraft. You have one which resembles a Boeing 737, another which appears to be a Boeing 747 at night, a third which may quite possibly be a sun-bleached Antonov AN-255, and finally a stunt plane which might possibly could be an Oracle Challenger 2 biplane. Now, once you've selected and are happy with your winged Play-Doh of choice, you then get to select from 3 different times of day, but we'll just be going with daytime for now so that I can showcase the game's visual fidelity in all of its glory. So here we are at Low-Res International Airport, ready to take off on our maiden flight in the 737. Now, the game's control scheme is as advertised, very easy. We hold forward on the left thumbstick to gain speed, tilt it left and right to control our yaw, and the right thumbstick is used to control our pitch and roll. Taking off in the game is also very easy. It's in fact so easy that you don't even have to worry about gathering speed first, and the laws of physics can completely be ignored. You can totally turn the game into a rocket simulator if you please, launching your aircraft straight up into the stratosphere and out of the game's boundaries, though I will let you know now, there's not actually that much to see up here. Now, the actual objective of the game is to fly away from one of these red rings to the next. Each time you do, the distance between the rings increases, and while this may seem a simple task at first, some of the rings can actually be pretty hard to spot. God forbid you miss one though, as the turning circles on these big bastards are f***ing atrocious, and despite the game having a distance marker to each ring, you'll likely never see them again. Now, at this point you may be thinking, but Luke, if the planes are so hard to turn, why not use the stunt plane? Surely that must turn better. And in most other flight simulators you'd be right, but not in this one, no sir. The second you take off in the stunt plane and try to turn it, the thing just goes f***ing apeshit and wants to do nothing but loop the loops until you smash it head first into the ground. It's also worth noting that the smoke from the stunt plane absolutely destroys the game's frame rate. Now, if you can muster up the willpower to fly through all 22 checkpoints in a level, like me, you'd probably be expecting to move on to the next level, perhaps something more visually appealing. But no, this being a Pix Arts title, I should have known better, and in fact, absolutely all happens, and the checkpoint counter doesn't even tick over to 22 when you hit the final checkpoint. So to summarise, the game is less of a flight sim and more of a Superman 64 style arcade game where you fly through red rings, though it's even more disappointing than one of the worst games ever released on the Nintendo 64. Only 3 of the 4 available planes actually work, and other than the airport that you start in, the game's single level features nothing but a barren wasteland. Now, the game's eShop description also talks a load of bollocks as it mentions the weather conditions and something about completing all levels, but it wasn't lying when it says there are different times of day. So let's do a quick little comparison between Microsoft Flight Sim and Pix Arts Easy Flight Sim, just to really drive the point home and jam that knife of disappointment a little deeper into your arsehole. So first we take to the skies above the magnificent French Polynesian island of Bora Bora with its beautiful green hillsides and crystal clear blue seas. Now imagine you took that landscape, boiled off the oceans and stripped it of all colour, and then poured acid into your eyeballs until your corneas dissolved and everything became a blurry mess. That's the quality of visuals we're talking about in Easy Flight Simulator. Next, we're taking a night flight above the city that never sleeps, performing a few illegal manoeuvres between its towering skyscrapers before taking a fly past the good old Statue of Liberty. Meanwhile, in Easy Flight Sim, a night flight in our cargo plane offers nothing but grey silhouettes of its grey landscape beneath grey clouds. Finally, we have a Boeing 747 cruising at 20,000 feet above the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayan mountain range, and here we have a plane cruising literally beneath the snowless peaks of some nondescript hillside. So I think I've given you enough of a reason not to buy this shit stain of a game, but here's just one more, which you probably saw coming. Pix Arts Easy Flight Sim is in fact just another asset flip, this time of a mobile phone game template called Real Flight Mobile. Now, going by the quality and quantity of the gameplay offered by the template, it's really more of a proof of concept and designed to act as the foundations of a game. Pix Arts being Pix Arts though, have taken the €15 asset and done nothing at all to modify it before releasing it onto the Switch eShop. There is however a demo game available for free on Android called Real Flight 2021, which showcases what a more fleshed out version of the game would look like. Now, I'm not going to bother rating this bag of shit, but as I do with all of my asset flip videos, I'll drop a link to both the Unity asset and the Android demo game in the description box below. Now, I have been highlighting the asset flipping antics of Pix Arts and other so-called developers for quite some time now, and this is just yet another example of how Nintendo really doesn't seem to give a flying f about what gets sold to people on the eShop. I know that most people would be wise enough to stay clear of such titles, but I have had comments on several of my other asset flip videos with people saying that they wish they'd seen them sooner after they went ahead and bought the games, so there are still people being conned by these jokers, especially when they stick the shitty games on sale. Now, I'm going to continue to do my thing and keep on highlighting games like this, but my pedestal and influence is pretty tiny in the grand scheme of things, so if you have a bigger platform and like me you actually give a shit about this kind of thing, then I encourage you to speak up and spread the word. And so that's about it for this review of Easy Flight Simulator on the Nintendo Switch. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed it and it helped you out. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this game template in the description box below, and if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. For now though, I want to thank you all once again for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.